Hey everyone, how you doing? Aloha from Maui. I hope you can see it's a beautiful day here. We got some waves crashing on the ocean behind us, and hopefully you can hear me. I realized I should have probably brought my headphones and a little microphone for this because the ocean's a little loud and the wind's going a little bit more. So I'll try to talk and project because I have a really short message I want to share with you today. The other day I had put a post up on Facebook and I had somebody message me and respond really unkindly to it. I mean, to the point of they were trashing me, trashing stuff, and I have no idea who this person is, never heard of them before, they don't know who I am. And they said some really offensive stuff. Some of it could be even construed as offensive, maybe even slightly, hateful. And I had this ego response inside of me that started to get angry. It was just, who the fuck does this guy think he is? I'll show him, blah, blah, blah. And then I stopped and took a breath and remembered that I have a choice, just the same as you do too. You see, we can't always control what happens to us in life. We can't control the events that happen. We can't control the people we interact. We can't control the driver who's going to be on the road next to us. There's lots of things that are out of our control, but the one thing that is always in our control is how we choose to respond to any given situation that we're in, any given situation that we encounter. So here's this person projecting this thing on me, and my first response is to get pissed. Now, what good is that going to do? We see that often in our political climate right now, right? Somebody has an opinion that we don't agree with, and somebody else starts to get angry, then they get angry, and it just escalates, and no resolution happens. So what did I do? I did something a little bit different. I took a deep breath. Always take a deep breath when you feel yourself going to anger or any emotional response that you may not necessarily want to default to. And then I told him, I said, with all my heart, I don't know what has happened in your life, transpired in your life that's led to you responding as you have. I don't know you, you don't know me. And I sincerely, with all my heart, hope that you find it within yourself to heal whatever pain has happened to you. Okay, pretty nice response, right? And he responded, as you may expect. He got more pissed off because he didn't like that I responded that way, right? He's trying to provoke an reaction from me. And so when he responds again, and I said something really simply and said, I hope you have an amazing day. And then he finally went, okay, I have no time for this. This is ridiculous, blah, 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 kind of F you. And I said, awesome. Have an amazing day. And put a smiley face on there. And then he stopped. He said one more thing after that, but it was kind of it was a little bit of a typo. And I just replied back and said, I'm not sure what you're saying. Now here's the irony of this whole thing. He cared enough at that point to go back and edit his comment and just make sure it was phonetically enough so I could read what he was saying. I don't know what's going on in that guy's life, but I do recognize that his external projection towards me, all it is a mere reflection of what's going on in his inner world. And my heart really does sincerely go out to him and anyone else who has to project so strongly externally because they're so internally upset, dissatisfied, wounded, whatever that is. And so if I could encourage you all to take one thing away from this maybe two things away from this, it's this. Number one, remember, you may not be able to control what happens to you or who you interact with or any of those types of things, but you can always control how you choose to respond to any given situation. And number two, remember, a person's external projections are just mere images of their internal world. Somebody who projects out a lot of anger, a lot of hatred, a lot of frustration, and lots of things. Imagine what their inner world looks like. And if you end up responding and engaging from a place of anger with them, all it does is validate to the inner world that they're projecting. If you want to drastically change your response to someone else, if you want to change how you respond in any given situation, and you want to potentially have an impact on somebody else's life, remember that their external projections are just merely reflections of their inner world. Speak to the inner world, speak to the hurt, speak to the pain, and just choose to send something greater to them other than anger right back, because that's all they've probably ever known. I hope this helps. I'm going to get off real quick, just do a quick pan so you can enjoy the view. Sending lots of love to you all, wishing you an amazing rest of your day. Now check this out. Not too shabby, right? Aloha from Maui. We'll see you next time.